This video is for entertainment purposes only and demonstrates how I personally approached a specific task. It's not intended as an instructional advice. Please conduct your own research, and if you're uncertain about any part of this process, refer to the owner's manual, manufacturer guidelines, or consult a qualified professional.
Welcome to another beautiful day here in Alabama. Little blue sky, sunny. And guess what, adventure groupies? This is a video on modifying my ride, or we'll call it upgrading some items in Frankie. This one will be kind of different and fun. Do you see these bathroom doors? Well, what I found out is that in the wintertime, these bathroom doors do a great job of holding in the heat. And there's the heating vent right there. And when these doors are closed, while the heat's on, there's a lot of heat that gets into this bathroom. So I was thinking, all right, we got to modify to get some of that heat out of there. I don't want to reroute this vent system because I like the heat in the bathroom because it helps to dry the towels. We'll call it the moist towels. Also, any type of moisture in the bathroom itself. But what I want to do is get some of this heat escaped from this room into the galley area. And for those who are wondering what those noodles are doing in here, those are for my windshield wipers when I use the front bra cover on the windshield to keep it down from heavy winds. So that's the reason they're stored here in the bathroom. Good place to put them. You can also use these noodles at a swimming pool if you want. I am looking to add a vent to these doors, and I looked at this particular vent on Amazon, and I didn't measure it before I ordered it. But what I liked about this vent is that it came apart. So the two halves would come together, and you have a seamless vent system. And the thickness is a little thicker than what's on these doors. Right now, this door right here is 3/4 of an inch, and the wood inlay right here is a 1/2 inch thick. So this vent system would be too wide. So I thought, okay, I might modify that to get it to come in thinner. But what I also noticed is this vent system is longer than the inset cutout. So I thought, okay, this ain't gonna work for me. So this idea we got rid of. I then went to these 4-inch air vents, and what I'm going to do is stick them on the door. One on this door and one on the other door. So there'll be vents on this bathroom door with the louvers pointing down, so any heat that's in this, extra heat that's in this enclosure, will come out and pump itself into the galley area. One thing I do have to keep in mind when putting these vents on this door is this step right here. I can't stick the vent real low because it'll be blocked by here. So I've got to go higher on the door and then cut it out and put it together. So just want to let you know that's the logic behind why I went with these air vents. The other reason I want to put these vents on these doors is that in the evening when Belinda and I are sleeping and it's cold outside, we got to keep these doors open to allow the additional heat to escape into the coach. With these vents, we're now able to keep these doors closed, and the heat should come out and keep the additional area here warm. According to the information on this particular vent that I purchased, the outside diameter, because they call it a 4-inch vent, the outside diameter is about 5 1/4 inches outside diameter, just a little over. And then the B dimension, which is where the holes are for the screws to go in, 3 locations. B dimensions of just over 4.5, and then the C dimension, the whole opening itself, is just under 4 inches or 3.86 inches. So I'll be using a 4-inch hose saw to cut the opening, which will be right around the perimeter of this air vent and will not obstruct the holes where the fastening hardware will go. I am using graph paper to draw an outline of the vent itself. This will be my template that I'll use to center punch the hole for the hole saw and also locate where the mounting screws will be going through as well. And the graph paper obviously is in English measurements. They're 1/4 inch per square. And the paperwork they send you has English, but it's mostly designed for metric. But we'll get through this. So anyways, this is my template, and then I'll find the center point, and then I'll be able to then use this template to drill my hole, my starter hole, then my center hole, and then I can stick this vent over the location that I want, over the door of the bathroom. Again, I'm going to be taking 2 vents on either side of the bathroom and using the holes lined up from one side to the other. So this way it's sandwiched in between the door, and you should not be able to see the cutout because the louvers of this vent are pointing downwards. With the hole saw, lining it up on this graph paper and then putting in the center line, I outlined the hole saw itself to the document or the template I'm using to make sure it's evenly spaced. It looks good. So we are ready to go with our template, and I put this vent system over the template to see if I can see any of the hole saw outline, and I do not see it. So that means it is on the outside where it's supposed to be. So that's how I did it. Maybe you guys do it differently, but we'll be using this template to set our hole for the vent inside Frankie. One thing I like about these vents, where the holes are for the mounting material or screws, they come with plastic caps, and these plastic caps go over the holes so that it blends in with the black, so you don't see the screws. So I'll be using those on the outside of the bathroom door, and on the inside I've got the screw coming through the wall to this side, and I have a nut that will adhere to this fastener on the other side. I don't know if I can put caps on this side to hide the nut inside the bathroom, but I could care less as long as the outside looks like there's nothing there. It's just seamless or uniform. The fasteners I did buy are stainless steel. The fasteners are tapered to the one side, so they go into the hole and dig in so that the cap can go in there. And it has a Allen head screw. And then the other side of the fastener, I'm going to use this nut right here. It's a nylon nut on the exit, so it kind of keeps it fastened. The thing that I'm running into is when it comes through this other side of the door with the nylon nut, I don't think I can put a cap on there. You can see that the nylon nut kind of protrudes, but it is stainless steel, so it's not going to rust or rot, and no water's going to get on anyways because you got a shower curtain. But that's my plan. I did look at going with a different type of fastener, smaller nut, but it did not fit in real well. I couldn't get a wrench on it. Also, what I'm trying is 2 different lengths of screws. I know that the thickness of the door is a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to see if I can use the 3/4 inch stainless steel screw versus a 1-inch. But we'll find out when we put it in the door. Also, these screws are 7M7. That's the size. So it's a metric screw. Okay, measuring the inset of this door panel, we're at 13 inches and 1/8. So to get the center line, we would be roughly 6.5 inches center line to this door panel. And then coming up from the bottom to where the wood is, we're about 6 inches, 6 1/8. So I'll do my template of 6 7/8, or maybe go 6.5 for the bottom of this round vent panel, and then move up the door. So let's say 6.5 and 6.5 here. Those are some easy dimensions to remember. I'll be making my measurement ticks and we'll start drilling. I made a template for my drilling points for this particular vent, and the template, I could just make it flush to the bottom of the door, to the side here, and the dimensions from the bottom to the center point is 9 1/4, and then from this edge to the center point is 6 9/16. So with the door closed, I've got adequate room. I could probably come down a little bit more for this vent, but this is a pretty good distance for me. And then there is the vent from the heater. And all I did was put it up with a little tape. This edge comes against this edge, and then this bottom paper goes right to the bottom of the door. So I'll be using it on this particular door and then the other door. I'm going to go ahead and center punch the hole for the hole saw, and then center punch where the screws will be coming through for the vent. Oop, I'm a little off on that one. So there we go. We got our 4 points of center points, center punches, and they're located around here. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take blue tape and I'm going to put it around the area that I'm going to drill so this wood does not get chipped up. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side so that when it comes through the drill and I cut in here to this surface, I'll then come on the other side and drill from the other side and cut into that surface. It's time for some biblical humor, because laughter is the best medicine. I know I'm going to get myself in a little trouble with my supervisor, but heck, sometimes you got to tell jokes and they're funny and have some reality to it. So let's take a look. Why did God create man before woman? Because he didn't want any advice on how to do it. Hey, for some more details about that, read Genesis chapter 2. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drill the center point. And then the holes for the screws. So there's our pattern. This is what it'll look like on the opposite side. On the opposite sides, I'm going to go ahead with the larger drill bits, but I'm going to put blue tape over there so it doesn't cut out like it does here, like a little rough. It'll actually be a little bit smoother. And I'll also cover this with blue tape, so this way when I come cutting it from this side, I won't damage this wood too much, as well as the wood inside of here. I'll be using this 4-inch hole saw to cut into the door. I've got blue tape around the area that this is going to cut into, right here. And I'll go in so far on this side of the door, and then I'll go on the other side to cut the rest. Here we go. Well, there you go. We got one hole finished out, and I'll go ahead and start drilling the holes for the larger screws, or for the screws, and we'll put this thing together, assemble it. Okay, I'll enlarge the holes a little larger for the screws. And I'll put the drill on. I used a 3/32 drill for the screw holes. Based on the two sizes of screws that I purchased, the 1-inch and 3/4, the 3/4 is going to work pretty good. So I just stick the 3/4 in to the hole. You can see they're all in there. And then I use the nylon nut, or it's actually a stainless steel nut with a nylon, I guess, insert to keep the bolt from loosening up. So I got to stick one over here. All right, guys, finished product. Here's the bathroom door. We got the 2 vents on there. That's the back side of the vents. Right there. These Velcro strips are actually used to support a door organizer. So disregard the strips, but that's what the air filters look like, or air vents look like. Not a bad job. Again, it's made out of stainless steel hardware plus plastic, so there is no corrosion. And pretty simple project. You guys can do this no problem. Again, this allows me to vent the heat out in the wintertime from the bathroom, as well as give circulation air inside the bathroom when we have some damp towels in there, just to get some air flowing in there inside the bathroom. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next upgrades.